I Someone asked me if my drawing technique only works on the kind of paper that I use with pencil or whether there are other materials possible. So I thought I'd take a simple notebook and my phone, and you can take this anywhere, of course. Maybe you can even take a smaller notebook. And I take my phone, so wherever you are, you can have a ballpoint and a little notebook. And if you want to practice a little bit your drawing technique, um, maybe you have an hour or 15 minutes, a break somewhere. You can just sketch a little bit like this. And I'm just copying this painting by Rembrandt. I started the eye here and I made a little mistake here. Anyway. So I'm just showing you that you can use this drawing technique or way of drawing in any form. And now I'm just scratching. I don't know if I can call this hatching actually. I'm scratching his face here on this paper. And there's something nice about notebook paper. It's very informal in a way. So I'm just sketching his face here in light and dark. This painting hangs in the Mauritshuis in The Hague, where I've seen it. And it was one of the last paintings he made, his self-portrait, and he seems very relaxed here. So I get the feeling that this is Rembrandt who is of old age and he doesn't seem to worry much. I don't know if that is really the case, if that was really the case, but he looks relaxed in this painting. But you can see that you can take a notebook. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And your phone. And with simple means you can just practice your drawing skills. And go to this, oops, look at the tonal values. Here it's lightest and here it gets gradually darker. Your nose is a bit lighter than the whole area here, so try to put that in there. I'm trying to draw very light with ballpoint now. I'm actually drawing very lightly over darker areas, so it gets filled in more, in a way. So I'm not used to drawing with ballpoint very much nowadays, but it's nice to use ballpoint for drawing. It's not very archival, so if you do make a ballpoint drawing, do not expose it to the light very much, because it will fade away gradually. But when you put them away and look at them every once in a while, you can, I think you can keep them for a longer time. But the area around him. Rembrandt was one of the greatest painters ever, of course. I make him look very angry. That's not good. Well, going to adjust it here and there. And a cell phone is really, a smartphone is really convenient to have, because you can store images on it and they have high quality screens. I think I don't have the nose very well drawn. And let's see if there's another painting. Just sketching a little bit now, but you can see that the drawing technique works whether you are using 300 grams drawing paper or you are using notebook paper. Sometimes notebook paper is even more interesting, perhaps, because it gives a certain atmosphere, a certain informal atmosphere. Because you get the feeling that a drawing was made just on the spot, on the fly, or what's a good expression, very informal. I'm just adding accentuations. Now I'm working on the tonal values and correcting certain features, and I'm looking at how light certain areas are. So his nose and his cheekbone or whatever is lightest. And this is a bit darker here, his cheek. So I try to use that. So I'm combining crude hatchings with more refined hatchings now, more subtle, like a veil that I put over it. I actually like doing this. Maybe I should do this more. Just simple notebook paper and drawing a little bit. Not my best effort, this, but I like this atmosphere. So there you go. You can make these kind of drawings, and if you take a notebook with a spiral here, I believe that's the word in English, then you can just go through this. I want to carefully take this from here. Oops. So I wanted to show that you can just use simple means. You don't have to use fancy drawing materials or expensive paper. You can use whatever paper you have. And if you put this away outside of the light, you can preserve this quite well, I think, over a number of years. But if you would frame this and put it into, you know, you hang it in a room, this will fade away in a few months, or depending on where it hangs, some longer time. But ballpoint is not an archival way of drawing, but it's very nice to draw with, and you can use it everywhere. And a ballpoint, it's cheap, and you can take it with you easily. So it was fun doing this. Thank you.